Hello everyone, my name is Padmashri and today I'm going to talk to you about equal wealth distribution in Slovenia. This topic is extremely close to my heart. This is precisely the reason why I wanted to actually live in Slovenia, be amongst the people, understand their values, understand how do they think, and understand how do they work. Right? So when I say equal wealth distribution, I do not mean that all Slovenes are billionaires. No, I mean that no Slovene is fighting for his basic needs. When I say basic needs, I'm saying food, to be able to fill your tummy and not starve. I mean to say clothing, which protect you from the elements of nature. I mean to say some kind of shelter wherein you feel safe and secure, right? These three, in my own humble opinion, are a birthright. Nature allows for us to have all three of these practically free of charge. It is the human system that makes it difficult for us to access what nature provides for free. But in Slovenia, the human system has allowed for people to have these things, as a matter of fact, as their birthright, right? And this is an extremely hard thing to achieve. I feel this very strongly because I come from Mumbai, and in 23 million people that live in my city, a big chunk of them do not have these things. They just do not. I have seen people starving for days. Some became so desperate as to eat out of the garbage can. And as somebody who lived in Mumbai as a child, even though I had enough food and I had clothing and I had a shelter, I understood that if you're not living in a society where everybody has this, you're always going to feel insecure in some way. You're always going to feel dissatisfied in some way, because you can decorate your house as much as you like. You can put, hundreds of dollars of worth of items in your home to make it look all nice and pretty. But as soon as you walk outside, you see that the rest of your city is not able to even enjoy their basic rights. And that makes you feel poor over here in your soul. And I feel that Slovenes have this spiritual wealth. As soon as they're born in a world wherein it's very easy to believe that the universe is benevolent, that God is looking after them, that the world is just and fair, right? Whereas in Mumbai, it's difficult, almost impossible to believe these things. Of course, Mumbai gives you the opportunities. There are periodically, fantastic examples of humanity that remind you that, okay, fine, what the elders say about the faith in the universe, that everything is for a reason, and that, the whole scheme of things is a benevolent scheme at the end of the day. It becomes believable. But on a daily basis, it is a struggle. On a daily basis, there is a conflict in believing this. Whereas in Slovenia, you open your eyes and there is no doubt that the world is beautiful, that the universe is benevolent, that you have equal opportunity to do whatever you like, that you will not fight for, what you are supposed to get just because you were born. In India, we have this saying that before the bird is born, its food is born. So essentially meaning to say that don't worry about your, living. Don't worry about how you will get on in the world. Don't worry about who will provide for you, because the universe is such an intelligent design that she is going to do that. She is going to provide for you. And this in Slovenia is extremely easy to believe. In Mumbai, it takes a little bit of effort to see it. It takes a little bit of internal soul conflict to be able to see how this is true, right? And I feel that this kind of wealth is a privilege to have, and Slovenes have it as their birthright. Something I envy as a person from Mumbai, and something I also aspire to have in my own country, very soon. So this is one of the points that I wanted to discuss. The second point is that this was not easy to achieve, surely, because as I have spoken before, Slovenes had a difficult history. multiple times they were colonized, multiple times, their entire identity was about to be eradicated. So for them to survive and for them to keep their culture and their values, this is the most important thing. They kept their values of community, brotherhood, united way of thinking, even despite the trials and tribulations of their history. And for their forefathers, for their ancestors to think in this holistic manner, that irrespective of how much I have, irrespective of how much food I have, how much clothing I have, how much money I have, if my community doesn't have the same, I will not be fundamentally secure. For example, a billionaire in Mumbai can never rest easy because he lives in an imbalanced society. An imbalance in nature is always chaos. It can remain like this for some time, but then it has to be balanced, right? Whereas a Slovene person, he lives in a balanced society. So his reality is going to be consistent yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Whereas a person in Mumbai, irrespective of how many dollars in his bank account, cannot truly believe this. Tomorrow, there can be anything that will happen in the city, from a disease to some kind of social uprising, any kind of political dysfunction that can lead to his reality changing like that, right? So financial economic security, so to speak, is only possible, in my own humble opinion, in a balanced society. You can rest easy knowing that your reality is not going to change a great deal, only if you know that you and the people around you are happy and healthy. So this is all I'll say on this topic. Perhaps in a later video I'll dive deeper if it interests you. But for now, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Padmashri on Vichar, signing off, and I'll see you in the next one.